Chris Paul gets in, another wide open three.
Pierre Cardin.
Defers to Booker for the long range.
Phoenix. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a thing. Phoenix. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a thing.
Welcome, everybody, to the Aussie Suns Fans podcast. I am your host, Gavin, and we are back here. Oh, my fucking God, Boyd. Are you serious? You fucking... All right. We are back. We didn't post on Sunday. We decided to hold off until today when more of us had some more time. Long weekend in Australia last weekend. So most of us were watching football and drinking beers, but we're back, we're here, and we welcome back to the podcast our mate man, Hammo. How you going, Hammo?
Very good, very good. Thank you very much. Very, very proud to be here, and really looking forward to talking it up with you guys, man. We got a lot to talk about.
We sure do. And off the back of this message here, Boyd is out of the garage and into the podcast. How you doing, Boydo?
Unreal, banana peel. I'm fucking going really good. Really good. I'm pumped to be here. I've been hanging out, and it hasn't been much to talk about, but I've just been hanging out to fucking talk to you boys about the Phoenix Suns. So, yeah, it's good to be here.
Well, it's good to have you both back. We're ready to go. There's been plenty happening in Suns world, even though the NBA finals have been on. There's still been plenty going on. But Boyd, that's a nice jersey. Where'd you get that from?
Some fucking hobo cunt down in Melbourne gave it to me for my birthday.
There it is.
Oh, right. So all the fucking shit you spoke, and what now do you have to say?
Thank you.
Yeah, so you fucking should.
Thank you, Gavin.
It's been a big week. There's been a bit going on. But before we start on that, if you're checking us out on YouTube, do us a solid, hit the like, hit the subscribe, look after us, get us out there. Want to keep sending the message out that some stupid arse Aussies are down here supporting the Suns. We're not on the ground in Phoenix, but we love the team either way. And hopefully everyone can continue to check us out. Our show from last week was huge. We had a great response to the show from last week. So hopefully we'll see everybody else jump on, like and subscribe and leave a comment and all that sort of fucking fun shit. But big week, gents.
Hang on.
Chris Paul.
Hang on.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
All you cunts out there, all you cunts out there, subscribe on the YouTube. Fucking get your missus to subscribe. If your fucking kid has an account, that cunt to subscribe. Get everyone that fucking create an account. Get a Gmail account. No one has them, but fucking get one of them and give us some extra subscribes.
I've got a Gmail account.
Go fucking subscribe twice, you dick. And
I'm Gmail as well, dude.
We'll get a Hotmail and go subscribe with that. But I'm gonna start asking my sex bots to subscribe to them. And when that happens, mate, we'll have fucking 20,000 subscribers. We will be fucking rolling.
We're gonna take over. We're gonna take over the world.
Sex bot.
Big sex. We're gonna take over the world with sex bot followers. And by the way, off the back of that, since you've started talking about sex bot followers, our Aussie Suns Fans Twitter account was always so clean, so nice. But the last fucking 2-3 weeks since you've started talking about this shit, Boyd, all of a sudden sex bot followers are coming out of nowhere. Now, it's great because it's boosting our follow numbers on Twitter. But this is all your fault.
You're welcome, man. I mean, we are welcome. It's unreal, man. Like fucking, mate, we're just three attractive guys doing our thing. If I was a sex bot, I'd follow us.
What a start to this show. Hey, guys, Chris Paul's getting waived, according to Crispy Hines.
Chris B. Haynes.
Is that his fucking name? Crispy Hines?
Chris B. Haynes, mate.
Same fucking shit. Same shit. He's getting waived, apparently. Nobody else thinks he is, but Chris B. Haynes does. What's your thoughts on the Chris Paul story?
Go, Hammo. You're on mute, man.
There we go. Okay.
It's great for the viewers at home.
Yeah, sorry, guys. It's been a minute. My personal opinion is that I do believe that we are going to re-sign him closer to a vet minimum. Hopefully. And then he'll come on as a bit of a mentor and still play like 15, 18 minutes a game, nothing huge, and carry on. The value that we save, he's due 15.8 mil guaranteed this season. This next season. The vet minimum starts at 2.72. So we've got a bit of room to work with there. If we can get him back, even at a 40% of the price, it'd be worth it. I really hope we don't lose him when it comes down to it, man. He ain't going to go anywhere that's worth value. So no one's going to want him, I don't think. So we should really just re-sign him and keep him there as a mentor for the next ones.
Boyd, do you think that if we waive Chris Paul, he will re-sign with us for a vet minimum?
So he gets that 15.8 plus the whatever it is at the vet minimum, whatever the new CBA says it is, I guess. So it'd be anywhere between, what is it, 1.9 and 2.8.
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah. But I think even if it is up to that 2.8, I think the cap hits. The actual cap hit is a bit lower. So realistically, it's going to be between 15 and 20 million is what he'll be on the books for, which I think is perfect for him. Now, keeping in mind that but he's got to clear waivers. He's got to clear waivers. So anyone in that 48-hour period that want to collect Chris Paul and not have to give up any players or anything, just pick him up and suck him into their cap space. They have to take 30 million.
30. That's what I was going to say. For someone to pick him up in that waiver period, though, they have to pick up.
That's right.
The full guaranteed contract, right, of 30.8.
Yeah, and that's why if there's anyone out there that was previously going to trade for him, and if they had cap space, they could just see if that waiver thing happens and get him for nothing. So my thing is that what if there was a little bit of a reason behind leaking that information, as to see if there was any social media buzz from say a San Antonio, maybe saying a leak saying San Antonio will look to pick Chris Paul up off of the waivers if he is waived.
Pair him with Wemby. Yeah.
Maybe because they've got the cap space, they've got a spot for him where he'd be of immense value. So maybe that was leaked just to see if there was any bites, if there was anyone out there like going, okay, yep, we're fucking keen, and maybe they were just hoping for a leak, and maybe that's why it didn't happen. Maybe I don't know. I just tinfoil hat type shit. I was just thinking to myself, well, what would they?
Sounds clean, dude.
What would Phoenix have to gain by letting that get out? And if Phoenix are in the backcourt with
I don't think Phoenix released that at all. I think Chris Paul released that.
But was it in conjunction with the guys at Phoenix? Maybe they're trying
to.
Well, because they don't. Maybe Chris Paul's like, no, guys, I don't want to be waived if I can't re-sign with yous. So let's just leak it and see if there's anyone jumps at it and says that they're interested, and if they don't say they're interested, we'll move on as planned. But if someone says that, yeah, we're going to pick him up within that 48-hour period, maybe we go a different route. Maybe something like that. I don't know. But yeah, look, I just had like a little tinfoil hat moment, and I tried to think of
it works.
No, you should.
Yeah,
what you should do is take the fucking tinfoil off and put it away.
Maybe you should go fuck yourself. Just
Because
toddle off somewhere and just
there is zero fucking
make love to
chance.
yourself.
There is zero chance that a team like the Spurs are going to pick Chris Paul up off waivers.
No one's going to pay the money for Chris Paul. They're not.
Well, there will be sides that could potentially.
Yeah.
The main side that I have the most concern about is the Knicks, because they have the cap space. And they were a playoff team and a potential contender. But the reality is that a team like the Spurs didn't tank like motherfuckers to get Wemby to go and pick Chris Paul up for 30 mil.
Why not, man? They got Wemby now. They got him, and they want to put him in the best position to succeed.
They want to see what Wemby does. They want to see what Wemby does.
Chris Paul would only add to Wemby's game. He'd get him. He'd dish everything up to him on a fucking platter.
Have you watched any film?
Yes, I have watched Wemby.
Well, he needs the ball in his hands.
No, he doesn't.
Why the fuck would Chris Paul need to? What
No,
are you talking
he
about?
doesn't.
No, he doesn't. He dribbles between
doesn't.
his legs 75,000 times and then takes a fadeaway three.
I know he does. But
So why the fuck would he need Chris Paul for that?
There's a version of Wemby.
Chris Paul needs a screen and roll fucking center that hits the fucking front of the rim hard. That's what he needs.
There is an NBA version of Wemby that will prosper a lot by having Chris Paul set the table for him. Now, there's also a version of Wemby that goes out there, and if he's got to do it all, it could damage his ascension within his game development. Sometimes too much responsibility too quick for these guys on the big stage can be detrimental. All I'm saying is that Chris Paul would be lovely with Wemby, and Wemby would be fucking brilliant with Chris Paul.
Disagree.
So I don't think Pop would mind having Chris Paul for a year at 30 mil, just to help Wemby in his first year, iron out some wrinkles. Anyway,
your tin hat's
it's
fucking got wrinkles in it.
You're right. It's very unlikely that it happens, but I just sort of thought maybe that could be it. You know, but in any case, it's looking very much like it's going to be a straight up trade or wave and stretch.
Well, the big thing for us is that where we're going to get the most value is out of a trade, right?
Yeah.
It'd be amazing to do it, but again, to complete the trade, we have to fully guarantee the 30 mil and then try and get the trade done. The likelihood of that,
we don't have to.
I'm not sold.
We don't have to do that, but
for a trade,
no, we can trade him without before that other 15 million becomes guaranteed. But it's just
and then the other team can stretch it. Yeah. But it still works out with the trade at his full contract.
Of course.
Not at the 15 mil.
Yeah.
So that's why I think a trade is probably less likely. Now, we'll talk about some potential trades that people have spoken about before, but I think that if you look at the Suns where we sit right now, the most likely destinations for Chris Paul are all on the East Coast. And I don't think Chris Paul wants to go to the East Coast. And
I don't think we make him. I think there's too much good harmony. There's too many good
there's
vibes.
Goodwill. There's too much goodwill.
It's Marbo.
It's the field.
It is.
Yeah, I can't see. Yeah, and I absolutely agree with you there. That basically Chris Paul will go, I'm happy for you to waive me, but if you can find me a trade on the West Coast, LA based, Golden State based, then no worries. A contender, no worries. Other than that, it's going to be a wave.
Yeah.
So the only challenge we have is then it comes down to do we waive or do we waive and stretch?
Well,
because if we waive, So and I'm sure Suns fans, you've all of you out there have heard the other pods and all that sort of stuff. If we waive, just straight up waive and cop the 15 mil, we can re-sign Chris Paul to that vet min. If we waive and stretch, we cannot re-sign him.
Okay. And that's the thing. If they they'll have a conversation, and it's got to be an honest fucking balls on the table. Get your nuts out, put them on the table. What do you want? What are you willing to do? Will you re-sign with us? If you clear waivers, will you re-sign with us for X amount? Yes, no. Okay. The answer is yes. Let's have a crack at it. Otherwise it's waive and stretch straight up. Don't give him a chance. Because we don't want that full $15.8 million cap hit. We want to stretch that out and have it at around about that 3 point something million per year over 4 years or whatever it is. So that's our ideal situation right there. Is either him signing for a minimum but having that conversation first, being on the level.
I think the beauty is that we actually have the scope to do that too. Yeah. To say to him, look, we're happy to waive you straight out, but we want the option to re-sign you. Now, 100%. If you listen to Chris B. Haynes, if you listen to Mark Stein, if you listen to all those guys, the potential is that he does have two suitors, the potential two suitors, the Clippers, depending on what they do with Russ, and the Lakers. Now, does this process put Chris Paul offside enough that he decides to sign with one of them for the minimum?
Well, you don't look. I was just thinking before. Yeah, no. Well, I was just thinking before. Well, hey, bro, do you go in hard with him and you say, boy, cunt, if we waive you, you sign with us for the minimum, and if he says yes, he goes yes. Or if he says no, say, well, fuck you then. We're trading you to the East Coast for the best package we can get. You can't. Just fucking go at him like that. You fucking dog.
We're kind of in the position to do that too. And
here's the thing: the question you asked, like, is he's going to the Lakers or whatever. All the stories that have come out about his children that have been at school and like people like, oh, your dad's never going to win a ring, all this kind of stuff. You ain't going to the Lakers to do that, man.
That's where his kids live.
But he ain't going to the Lakers to win a ring.
He kind of is.
No.
He still thinks. That's how. And there's people there, especially because the Lakers made the Western Conference Finals. There's people there that still believe that the Lakers are an absolute contender. So you can sit there and say he ain't going to the Lakers.
How many games they win in that series? I don't. Yeah, 0.
How many games they win if they had Chris Paul? If this is the problem, right? Chris Paul might see that is a chance at a ring with the Lakers.
Oh, totally. He may think that way, but I mean, people like us who watch the game and you're not signing with the Lakers, man. We did literally 2 games better than the Lakers did against the Nuggets. Straight up.
Yeah, I still think that Chris Paul would be more than happy to sign with the Lakers.
It'd be easy enough to convince him. Problem is that isn't Stern going to come out of his grave and veto that shit anyway, regardless?
Good chance. But yeah, I honestly, right now, where it stands, I think the most likely result for, and Boyd, you're going to hate this. Right now, I think the most likely result is that Chris Paul gets traded to the Atlanta Hawks in a deal that involves John Collins. And then the Hawks waive him and he signs for either the Clippers or the Lakers.
Yeah.
Because the Atlanta Hawks are in significant salary cap issues or trouble like we are.
If you want to convince me of Collins, you need to somehow get DeJounte into that trade.
You're not getting DeJounte and John Collins, mate. It's not happening. Contract-wise, I wouldn't.
Forget
it
about
wouldn't balance.
Collins. Forget about
You've
Collins.
been talking about John
You're not
Collins
getting
for a long
DeJounte
time.
or you're not getting John Collins. You're not getting DeJounte or Trae Young in a deal for Chris Paul.
I don't want
They
Trae.
are invested. They are invested in Trae Young and DeJounte Murray. They are not invested in John Collins.
Yeah,
You've been,
then
you've been talking about John Collins for a long time, man, and I'm pretty much on board with that. But the one that I've been talking about for a long time too is actually going to be pretty cheap next year, and that's Steven Adams. We can work some deal out with the Grizzlies. They can take Ayton. They can
that
have
ain't
him.
happening either.
They can have him. We'll get Adams and another piece and maybe a pick. I'm pretty happy with that.
We're talking about Chris Paul, though.
Get rid of Chris Paul. Use him with Ayton. He can move away.
Ayton, I'll tell you right now that the Grizzlies have already made it very, very clear that they want to move Adams to open up starting center minutes for Brandon Clark. So they are not taking DeAndre Ayton.
They can move him the same way that we would.
Did you guys watch that PHNX episode where Saul Bookman kind of shat on Steven Adams because he's like Chris Paul and always injured and not consistent or some shit like that?
He is always injured.
That's a bit rough.
He is always injured. But so, my final request for you guys is, how do we do it? Is it a trade? Is it a wave and we re-sign? Or is it a stretch and wave?
Yeah,
I think it's a stretch.
I think it's a trade, but I think it's not going to be. It's going to be lackluster in compared to what we all feel we should get as a fan base. Because there's going to be limits on what we do because we're nice guys and we want to accommodate Chris Paul in the latter stages of his career, and it's going to mean that the pool of teams that we're willing to deal with are just going to be, there's not going to be much there on offer. So unfortunately, that's what it is. And look, if it is the Clippers or the Lakers, is there anything that really jumps out at you on any of them rosters or Sacramento? He's
not going to Sacramento.
Nah, I wouldn't think so. Is there anything? It's going to be.
I'll tell you in a minute when it gets to my turn. But you've been fucking talking for 10 minutes. Hammo.
Like always, man, I'm just going to go with my heart, and I really hope that it's a wave and re-sign. Really do.
I think it is a trade to an Eastern Conference team, but as part of that discussion, that Eastern Conference team waives Chris Paul after the trade, and then he can sign wherever he wants. And I think that Eastern Conference team will be the Atlanta Hawks.
Man, whatever the best deal is available, we're obviously going to get. But I don't mind that if we get for someone that's young and up and coming. But we're gonna get into that shortly, I think, Gav.
Who makes the call, James Jones or Matt Ishbia? The forever meddling the meddler, Ishbia, or is it JJ?
I think when it comes to CP3, it's going to be JJ, not Ishbia.
Yes.
JJ will
meddler, man. He's a playmaker, dude.
He could easily, JJ, I think, negotiate a deal with a team like Atlanta, knowing that Chris Paul will get waived when he gets there. Speak to Chris Paul about that and go, look, you're going to get waived either way. We can waive and stretch you. You can sign with whoever you want. We can waive you, try and re-sign you, or we can go out, go to a team like Atlanta, get some pieces back. They'll waive you. wave and stretch you, you'll be able to go and sign with the Lakers, and you're 3/4 of the way to the fucking Banana Boat crew.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, mate.
So that's just an opinion, boy. Don't get angry all the time.
I didn't get angry. I said, okay, mate.
Fuck, you walk out of the garage and you turn into an angry prick. All right, so let's go on to our second 3-letter acronym after CP3. And let's move into trade buzz. Mainly because I want to stir up some shit here. I've seen some stuff on Twitter the last couple of weeks. Let's start with the first one. Cat. Karl Anthony Towns from Minnesota. People are back on the let's trade DeAndre Ayton for Karl Anthony Towns bandwagon. What are your thoughts on a Karl Anthony Towns entrance into the Phoenix Suns? Apparently, he's Devin Booker's best mate, even though he's shagging Devin Booker's ex. Boyd, what are your thoughts about a Cat replacing a DA?
I'd love it. I'd love it. I'd love it. I'd love it. But there's too many dollars, mate. There's too much here, too much money here. Here, too much money. All right, there's too much money.
And why? Can you expand on that? Because we've heard this on a couple of pods already. We've seen it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Why is this too much money? Do you want to explain why this is too much money?
Listen, Linda.
Because and as Mr. fucking Eric Pincus on the PHNX pod carefully explained, is that we'd have 3 contracts moving into next season, all up around the high 40.
Not next season,
$million.
the season after.
So
in the 50s.
So creeping up towards the 50s, which puts us in a predicament where we literally that's literally over the cap with 3 players, and we are tied into having all veteran minimums for Cat. Now, Cat, as much as I love his fit on the team, I still want to. Still want some. I do. I love his ability as a 5. I don't want him playing 4. The 4 like he wants to play.
Oh my god, he's
just a floor stretching 5 who. He is an elite shooting big man, and he can do stuff in the paint as well. But here's the thing, he shoots like fucking 10 threes a game, and he'd be so open. He'd be fucking phenomenal in our starting lineup offensively. Be great. But like I said, the money just hamstrings the Phoenix Suns for years to come, and it just doesn't make sense.
Hammo?
I'm so glad I did some statistical research for tonight. Basically, when you're looking over minutes played, points, field goal percentage on 2s and 1s, 3-point percentage, rebound, assists, and steals, Cat is actually 6 over 3 compared to DA. He's beating him in points per game.
6. Hang on. What do you mean 6 over 3?
Just in the rubric, the categories that I've used. So basically, Cat is getting more points per game than DA. His 3-point percentage is higher. DA beats in rebounds. Cat wins in assists and in steals.
Okay, cool. Oh, you're talking about categories. Overall categories. Gotcha.
Categories.
That's right.
Yeah.
I thought you were doing math at me, and I was just like,
No. So, I mean, I can break it down, but basically on numbers, it looks like Cat is better, and the fact that he did play with Booker in college at Kentucky.
But now he's bonking his ex.
Well, Jesus. You're an NBA player. You can't run down the street and get a pack of cigarettes without running into someone that's fucked 5 of your friends.
Okay. Cat is better than DA. in different ways, I suppose. I'd be a little bit
It's
concerned.
different ways, man. But
I'd
I'm
love
only
him as
going
well,
on
Hammo.
last season's stats. You know what I mean?
I would love him as well. Gavin, what do you think, mate?
I don't know if I'd love him. Just talking stats.
I love you.
I think that Karl Anthony Towns could not be more of a fucking train wreck fit for the Phoenix Suns than any. I would rather take Torian fucking Prince and put him in center. It is a fucking horrible fit. The dude needs the ball in his hands. He wants to take over games. We already have two of the best shooters in the game that control the ball. We do not need Karl Anthony Towns sitting at fucking center and standing on a fucking 3-point line. It is disgusting. It does not assist us in any way in the areas we need. DeAndre Ayton is far superior as a fit in this team. Hammo, you're on mute if you're trying to say something. He is a far superior fit, DeAndre Ayton, in this lineup than what Karl Anthony Towns is. He is fucking horrific. But more importantly than that, before you fucking carry on, Boyd, more importantly than that, the most important part of all of this is if we bring Karl Anthony Towns in, we are 150 million plus already on the salary cap. Forget about it. It ain't fucking happening. It is fucking horrific. It's horrible. It's never going to happen.
There are certain aspects that are horrible, Gavin, but it's not all horrific. Next.
Anyone else want to fucking chip in and have a shot at me?
No, you fucking made yourself look like a big enough dick as it is, mate. So
did I? Because the comments agree with me.
Look, if money wasn't the issue, statistics say we take Cat. But when it comes to money,
I don't care
about
me personally. I couldn't care less about statistics. It's about the visual. Cat, the way he plays the game. Cat is a fantastic center if he is the center of the universe in the team he's playing in. No matter who we bring in, they will not be the center of the universe in this squad. Devin Booker and Kevin Durant.
There's a part of
100%.
Cat that likes to sit on the perimeter as well and just shoot spot up threes.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's the part I like.
That's fantastic. While we're
his
not addressing the fact
percentage was much higher than DeAndre Ayton's this year.
I don't really care about a center who can hit threes.
Gavin
the fact of the matter is, shut the fuck up, Boyd. The fact of the matter is, our biggest issue was that we couldn't rebound the fucking ball, and you want to bring a center in who's going to sit on the 3-point line and pop some threes.
Yes.
You're fucking kidding yourself. Let's go for another fucking acronym, and let's talk about the next fucking waste of space. Fred VanVleet, FVV. What are your thoughts, Boyd? Are we going to bring Fred VanVleet into the Phoenix Suns now that he's denied his player option?
Well, we can't. Even if we wanted to. Dickhead. I know you wanted him. Deep down, you wanted him. You piece of shit, you wanted him. Well, he's we can't outright sign him. We can't outright sign him, so we've got to fucking sign and trade, hard cap ourselves, fuck ourselves in the ass. Nah, I don't want to do that. So let's just not do that. He's got to fuck back as well. He's got to fucky back. Oh, fucky back. So and I said it a couple of weeks ago. It gives me. I get Steve Nash vibes. Any cunt, pushing it into their 30s, who's got previous back issues, and he plays well. He defends like a dog, and probably fuck it in the first 5 games, and he'd be fucked, and we'd be fucked, and no thanks, no thanks.
Hammo.
Look, like, what are we talking about? A replacement for CP3?
Yeah, we're replacing CP if we bring someone like this in.
So we're talking 9 years in difference in age. The only category that Fred VanVleet beats CP3 in is steals. at 1.8 over CP3's 1.5. So
last season, you're talking?
This season just finished.
Yeah. Because pre that, Chris Paul fucking whooped his ass.
Hey,
Fred VanVleet's also playing almost 5 more minutes a game as well. So I don't. At 29 years old, not for me. Sorry, man.
all right, Gavin, you go.
Boyd, I agree with you. It's from a money standpoint, it ain't fucking happening. We cannot sign. It is impossible for us to sign Fred VanVleet. So those of you on Twitter that are fucking pushing the Fred VanVleet narrative, let it go now. It ain't happening. It's just not happening. If
someone can convince me that Fred VanVleet is going to sign for an MLE and he's not going to hurt his body isn't going to fall apart.
He's not signing for him.
I know. But if someone can, if that was the roadmap to getting him, and that's where he really wanted to go, and he did it, and he promised us that he wouldn't hurt himself all the time. Well, I'd be fucking with him. But because I mean, fit wise, he's averaging about 7 assists. He works off the ball really hard. He's a scrappy little defender. So he's got the hustle that I like. I just don't think he can keep it together.
I got a secret.
Tell me.
I've got a secret, guys. Fred VanVleet is not that good.
No, he's not that good.
It's a damn good call, man. Ever since I heard his name in contention for not even us, but any team, I was like, It's like Portland going after Pascal Siakam. What's the point?
I know Pascal I'd chase, but Fred, no. No. Fred is just not that good. And it's not worth what we'd have to give up, what we'd have to do in order to bring him in. Again, let's go back to the cat thing. We'd be paying a fucking fortune for Freddles. 30 to 35 mil a year.
Freddles.
We'd be over the cap for Freddles, Book, and KD.
If we want an undersized point guard that's hurt all the time, we just keep CP3 for around about that money.
Or we do what I've always said and sign Cole Anthony.
We're going to get the same shit. We're going to get the same shit if we do that. Now, the other one that's thrown around nonstop, trade DeAndre Ayton to Indiana because they clearly want him for Miles Turner and Buddy Hield. Hammo, you can go first now.
I don't mind it. You know, Turner's a centre power forward. I've always said that DeAndre Ayton should be playing power forward, not centre, because power forward's what he played in college. But Turner's averaging, 18 points at almost 50 and 55% field goal ratio, 37% on the 3-point, 4.5 rebounds, 1.5 assists, and 0.6 steals for 20 mil. I don't think it's too bad of a deal. And then that's basically where I ran out of time, and I don't have anything for Buddy Hield. But that alone for Miles Turner, I mean, that's not too bad when you compare it with DA, and he's young. You know, I mean, what do you think, Boyd?
Yeah, so I'm not. I am not keen, and the reason I'm not keen is because I want to hold DA. I want to see what he. Again, I said this fucking last week or the week before.
You think a new coach is going to make the difference?
And I think it's. I think there's going to be a tremendous uplift in his trade value, around about the trade deadline. Fuck, Gavin. Does that cancel out my voice when you put that fucking thing up? It doesn't? Oh, good. Good, I can keep talking. So, yeah, look, no, I don't want Miles Turner. If you think you're frustrated with fucking DeAndre Ayton, you will be frustrated with Miles Turner. So, no, I don't want him. Buddy Hield is a nice piece, but nah. I just think there's going to be something that makes a lot more sense after we get the best out of DA, and he might even play himself into our future plans under Frankie Fingers. So, yeah, I think there's better stuff to come from DA, whether it be performance on the court or beefing up his trade value during the season. So, no, I don't like that Miles Turner trade.
Hammo, can you repeat one of the stats you gave me?
Which one, sir?
How many rebounds a game does Miles Turner get?
At the moment, 7.5 compared against DeAndre Ayton's 10.
Yeah, see ya. That deal is shit. Anyone who fucking recommends it again should be shot in the face.
I did not get to investigate. No. I didn't get to investigate Buddy Hield's. If we're doing 2 for 1,
I am talking about a guy who plays center, who once again is a fucking doofus who pops out and thinks he's a 3-point shooter. 7 rebounds a game for a guy who's a rim protector and should be fucking under the basket is shit.
He's shooting a lot better 3-point than DA2.
I don't care about the 3-point. Honestly, if we are hunting 3-point shooters, we need to hunt guys like Seth Curry, Bogdanovich from Atlanta. We shouldn't be hunting a center who shoots threes.
We should be hunting a center.
Absolutely. We should be hunting a center
type of center
who can.
Yeah.
Our center needs to defend, protect the rim, and rebound the fucking ball. Now, as much as people might hate us again, might hate me again with the whole DeAndre Ayton love, because I copped all this shit from a lot of the other podcasters and whatever else, I would have DeAndre Ayton 9.8 times out of 10 over Miles Turner. Because while he might not block the ball as much as Miles Turner, he changes shots way more than Miles Turner. He is a far better pick and roll player than Miles Turner.
Yeah.
He has
DA's
so
a much better
more.
player.
He has so much more to offer than Miles Turner. Now, Buddy Hield coming in, I love it. He's a 3-point shooter. He's a fucking fire starter. But you know what? We have got so many other options on trade, so many other options that even add a vet in that we can sign that can be just as fucking fire. You know what? Give me Patty Mills as a guy that can come in and shoot some threes. I'll take Patty Mills over Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield can't defend to save his life. He can be a fire starter, but he's not a starter. He is a 15 to 18 minute player who can hit a couple of threes. So give me Patty Mills, Seth Curry, Bogdanovich from Atlanta. They're the deals.
Any more syllables? Gavin?
Have you just been reading the chat about syllables?
Yes, I have. I can read.
I'm going to support everything that Hammo said for 3 years, even though I've never agreed with it for 2 of those 3 years. I do agree with it now. Steven Adams is the best fit at center if we're going to make a trade. He's a rebounding fucking animal. He's an absolute, like, the best screener in the game. And he hits a roll really hard. If we're going to bring a center in, bring Steven Adams.
Son of a bitch.
Well, he's not that tough because he misses so many fucking games with injury. The other trade rumor, which was a Bill Simmons trade rumor, Marcus Smart.
Give him to me. How do we get him, Gavin? Give him to me.
Well, it'll be Chris Paul, right? It'll be Chris Paul. But it would, I think, take Chris Paul accepting playing in Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Doesn't happen. He's got a 40-minute flight to see his kids at the moment. That's his limit, I think. He doesn't want to go too much further than that. So, yeah, if we are pandering to CP3, it just fucking doesn't happen. Doesn't happen.
You're not going to leave that beautiful Arizona weather, even though it's hot as balls, to go to Boston, man. Hell no.
But yeah, look, I'd take Marcus Smart every day of the week, right? We need that.
And Boston don't waive him.
It's no. Yeah, it has to be a trade.
And
what's he on? He's about 20 mil, Marcus Smart. So effectively, they have to either take Chris Paul or they have to take a Landry Shamet campaign, Torrey Craig fucking Ish Wainwright kind of deal, which I don't think is happening.
Yeah.
$19 million.
Yeah,
Marcus Smart is next year. So, yeah, I can't see that happening.
Me too.
So, yeah, whatever. So the next one, which a little bit, and before I do it, guys in the chat, we've got a few people online.
if you want.
Our next segment is questions without notice. So if you have questions, please throw them in the chat, and we will ask the guys and we'll roll them up. But my last one is changes the moves. Monty's leaving. The rumours is that effectively most of our coaching staff will leave with him. Jarrett Jack, Mark Bryant, Patrick Mutombo, they're the three main names, I guess, all rumoured to go to Detroit with Monty. How do you think that will impact the bench of the Suns next year?
Be perfectly fine. It's going to be. I don't see them guys. They weren't lead assistants or anything. I know Jarrett Jack was well liked, but Mutombo was only a short stay. He came over from the Raptors, I think. He'd only been there for a season.
Pels? Raptors. Yeah, it
Raptors,
might have been
yeah.
Raptors, yeah.
Yeah. So he came over from the Raptors, and it was only a short stay there. Jarrett Jack's been around for a bit, and I know that he was good with the players. Cunt looks like he can still play.
Paul gloved him, right?
Yeah. But in saying that, I mean, I think Jarrett Jack, why stay on with a brand new coach that you don't sink in with well? Why? I mean, the players should want the coach to have, people that are compatible with him, like people that are going to get the best out of them. So I don't see it being really major at all, really, Gav. I really don't. So, fucking stupid topic, mate. Stupid.
Jesus Christ. Hammo.
I think, honestly, it's a completely out with the old, in with the new. Vogel's going to bring a completely different dynamic to it. If people want to go with Monty, sweet. It's going to be a different structure, so it needs to be a different team. If people want to go with Monty, Detroit, whatever, not a problem. Vogel, James Jones, Kevin Young, all these guys, it's just going to be on. 100% on, man, and I've got no drama with it. I think it's going to be better than what we've had the last 2 years. There's reasons behind that statement, but now's not the time to get to it. But, I'm really, really excited for what's going on this current season. Even within the coaching staff, trainers and all that. super excited, man. It's going to be awesome. Fresh air. It's going to be awesome.
Hey, Gavin, did you put
Yes,
a link up for people to come in and ask questions, or Dad's going to type the questions?
No, they should just type the questions.
Okay.
Yeah, no, look, I agree. It's time for a fresh face in Phoenix. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Vogel brings in, and hopefully we see some great results. But let's be honest, no matter what happens, it's going to be all based around what we do with the roster build from here. So interesting to see. Gents, new segment, questions without notice. I'm going to try and put this out. This was a tougher week because we only decided to go to air pretty late. So most of our Arizona people were asleep. At the moment, we only have one question in the chat. Anyone else who's online, throw us a question. But my first question, Boyd, are you happy for the Denver Nuggets?
No, fuck the Denver Nuggets, and fuck anyone that's happy for them just because it's just so cool that they got their first fucking title. No, we fucking hate them. Suns in 4 or Suns in 4 more. The next 4. Fucking fuck that, man. Fuck the Nuggets. The cunts beat us. If you're a Suns fan and you want to jump up on a fucking pedestal and praise these guys, you're lacking in your fanism, your supporterism. You're lacking.
Wow, that was vicious. Hammo, you happy for the Nuggets?
Yeah. No, straight up, dude. That what we are. They're a built team. They didn't sign, peace. They built this team, man. Hey, and we give them more hell in the playoffs than any other team. So it's not like, they knocked us out. They swept the Lakers. They 4-1 with the Heat, 4-1 with whoever the fuck else they played. But no, I'm all right with it. I'm all right with it, man.
After watching all the videos and everything else, I'm kind of happy for them too.
Oh, they're funny videos. The cunts don't know how to.
47 years they've been around and have more shit.
I'm okay with the Nuggets winning. At least it wasn't Boston. At least it wasn't the Lakers.
You know what's funny?
And at least it wasn't Miami. Videos. Miami's won enough. Fuck them.
You know what's funny about all the fucking videos is that there's such a fucking lame ass group. They don't know how to celebrate. And in fact, did you see Jokic trying to shake the fucking bottle, the wine bottle? Fucking
just keep doing that motion for a few minutes.
Cuddling Jamal Murray into the pool. Oh, you fucking. Nah, man. It's funny. It's funny. He's so fucking unsuspecting. Good on you. Fuck off. Go play with your horses in fucking Serbia, you cunt. Fuck the Nuggets. Suns in 4.
Nuggets.
Right. Boyd, are you happy for Monty Williams?
Yeah, all that money he's gotten, fucking stoked. A little bit, it's a little bit sad that the shit that's going on with his missus, but it's very sad. But yeah, it's I'm happy for fucking Monty. Cunts over there making all that money, fucking getting all his mates to come there with him to live in that big mansion that Jake posted up, or that fucking 14 rooms. He's fucking good, man. I love it.
Hammo, you happy for Monty?
I'm happy Monty got that bag, but as Boyd was alluding to, man, like we all know Monty lost his first wife. It's a horrendous thing. And then to find out what came out today is that Monty found out during the playoffs that his wife is diagnosed with breast cancer. It's like, holy shit, man. I've got nothing but love for that guy, and I'm really, really happy he's getting the money he deserves. Yeah,
no, I'm really pleased for Monty. I'm wearing his hat tonight as a sign of respect for Monty, but officially today he became a Detroit Piston, so go fuck yourself, Monty. Boyd, who's your second favourite NBA team and why?
My second favourite?
Yeah.
I don't fucking have one, but if I'm going to pick one, right now, my second favourite NBA team are the Brooklyn Nets because of our twins over there, fucking everyone in Brooklyn, doing really well for themselves, making them more happy like they made us happy. So yeah, it's Brooklyn, but it's only a short stay until 2026 when Macau comes back and fucking Cam Johnson goes wherever he goes. But yeah, I don't really have a second team, man. It's Suns or nothing.
That's not what it sounded like, to be honest. Anyway, Hammo.
No, I gave you one.
No. You're done. You're done, mate. You're done. You had your chance. You said the Brooklyn Nets.
No, you're
done. Hammo, who's your second Who's your second favourite team, Hammo?
We must have some sort of psychic connection or something, man, because I was thinking about this for the other show, and I was just like, man, you know, I've always had a soft spot for the Charlotte Hornets. Always. Growing up in the early 90s, you know, there wasn't many things you could get. You could rarely get Phoenix shit, but the Charlotte Hornets gear was all around.
Alonzo Mourning, Larry Johnson,
Grandmama, Muggsy
Bogues.
Del Curry. And I've always been a massive North Carolina Tar Heels fan, so, you know, pardon the parcel. So, yeah. And it wasn't because of Jordan. We've been through this before. James Worthy, Vince Carter, Tar Heels. Oh, and Cole Anthony. And some Cam Johnson, dude.
So just a couple of comments out of the chat. I never knew Boyd was such a big Brooklyn fan. Fun fact.
Is that Jono with his fucking puffy soccer avatar? Fuck off, Jono.
But let's go back to Jono. This is my answer. Fuck all 29 of those cunts. I do not have a second team. All of them can get fucked. I don't like any of them. I don't care. Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson in Brooklyn, go fuck yourself. If you play the Phoenix Suns, I hope both of you fucking break a knob. No. Just no. And boy, I am really fucking disappointed in you, Boyd, for sitting there going,
Gavin?
Maybe if I have to pick one, I'll pick Brooklyn. You are pathetic.
Gavin, how about this? Don't ask stupid fucking questions, mate. All right? If you're not going to have an answer.
You can call it a stupid question now. The only reason you call it a stupid now is because I called you out in your bullshit, where you named a second team as your favorite. You're just fucking disgrace. You are a disgrace. You're a disgrace. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Nah.
Don't throw in at the end, go, no, it's just the Suns. You sat there with a straight face, with love in your heart, and called the Brooklyn Nets your second team. You are a fucking disgrace.
I'm a disgrace. You're a cock. You're a fucking cock.
The only other question we have is, Boyd, how come your living room is so classy when your garage is such a shit?
Because I'm in fucking Tamworth, man. Not my house. I'm out. I'm away working. That's why there's no kids grabbing my nipples and shit. That's why.
Well, they probably grab your nipples because you're a Brooklyn fan.
Yeah.
Cannot believe it.
Back in the day when they were the New Jersey Nets, Derek Coleman was really awesome to watch.
Oh, I need a fucking back rub, man.
Seriously. Anyone who has a second team, and this is an Australian thing, anyone who has a second team is a fucking disgrace. And I blame Boyd for this. He started this shit.
Gavin, get over it, mate. I gave you one because I thought we all had to have one.
No, you don't have to have shit.
Carry
you have
on.
to have an opinion.
Move on,
And
mate.
you didn't.
Move on.
Now,
you're asking
before
silly
we move
trap
on,
questions.
But I know, which just makes it fun. Before we move on, we've got a new coach, Frank Vogel. I just need to drop a special piece from our main man, Boyd, the new Frankie Vogel drop.
Frank.
The smile and the head bob at the end is the most amazing.
Just
thing
loving
I've ever
life,
seen in my
man,
life.
and that's the most beautiful thing ever. You're just chilling, just killing it, dude.
That was
Fucking
in
love
beautiful sunny Port Macquarie yesterday.
nice.
No.
The smile and the head bob is beautiful. If you are listening to us right now, get on the YouTube feed and check out Boyd just in that clip alone. Mark it down, 1 hour, 1 minute. Watch Boyd. It's hilarious.
Justin from our chat actually said that he thinks I have a warm smile and a gentle head nod, head bob.
Of course he does.
And that made me feel warm inside.
People would agree because you have a second team because you're a fucking coward.
I would kill everyone in this room for a drop of sweet beer.
So, Homer, please feel free to tell us anything.
Who do you want to have a beer with this week, Hammo?
Just quickly, Ezra, because making Boyd a bobblehead would be fucking awesome. But no, my beer this week is with Jeff Green. Just won a championship with Nuggets, obviously. Been in the league since 2007. Him and Kevin Durant are the only two remaining players from the Seattle Supersonics that have won championships. So the amount of teams, this bloke has played for 12 teams over 16 years. So, yeah, I'm just really happy for him, man. I'd love to sit down and have beer with him and enjoy what he's experienced these last couple of days. You know, that's a lot of time to put into something, man, without getting a reward. That's a lot of fucking time, man. So, yeah, Jeff Green. Love you, 3,000.
Boyd, who do you want to have a beer with?
This one goes back to, I don't know if it's before or after we potted last, but Kwame Brown.
Ooh.
Kwame. Man,
Yeah, it's about a month old, man. But okay.
Is it about a month?
I keep speaking to you about how shit your who do I want to have a beer with is, and
this is the good one.
No,
you don't have to have a beer with him, mate. You can have a beer with all your fucking fairy AFL fucking
I'm listening.
girl.
I'm listening. That's
Kwame Brown, because he comes out with these little videos nowadays, and he's just fucking put Shannon Sharp right in his fucking box. It was fucking brilliant. He put Ja Moran in his box. So yeah, the Shannon Sharp one's the latest one, but I just like listening to him just burn cunts. It's fucking really cool. So I want to have a beer with him. And what does burn you, Gav?
Well, let's be honest. If Kwame heard that you had a second favorite team, you'd be fucking next.
Yeah, probably would be.
Yeah,
but we do it over a beer.
Coward,
We do
coward.
it over a beer.
I want to have a beer with Adam Silver. Just to say, hey, Adam, I get it. you're trying not to detract from the fucking NBA finals and all that sort of shit, but dude, get on with it. Fucking Ja Morant is a fuck up, and you're waiting a couple of weeks so that all that shit dies down, so that when you come out with your little fucking statement, it doesn't sound as bad. Adam, step the fuck up. Get rid of the fuckhead out of the NBA. He thinks he's a gangster. He's not a gangster. Fuck him off.
Yeah, fuck off, guy.
Mate, it's got to
Fuck
happen.
off, guy.
Time for the flog of the week, and trust me, they are ugly, very unattractive. Google their face when you're done here.
Who's your flog of the week, Hammo?
Oh, I'm just going to say Draymond Green.
Just cause?
I don't like the look of him, man. Just a
Is
flop.
that it?
Yeah,
Okay.
straight up.
Yeah, that's fair.
Looks like Donkey from Shrek.
Well, I think we all know that, yeah. Yeah.
He'll
that's
probably
fair.
end up playing for us. But, yeah. Well, I just don't like him. Just a wanker. It came up in me near Facebook memories today, that thing where he hit LeBron in the nuts a couple of years back in the finals and got suspended. Yeah, I don't like LeBron either, but yeah.
Cost him a
Draymond's-
title. Just quietly.
Draymond's just a wank. So, yeah, Flog.
Boyd.
Yeah, I've been between two. So I'll quickly just say a special mention for all the fuckers who are getting all heartfelt over fucking Denver winning the chip. And it's so good for them. They're so nice. So nice, and just fuck off.
Sounds so nice.
And but my flog of the week is fuck me. It was so good.
Oh, my
It's
God.
right there.
You didn't write it down?
Shannon Sharp.
Right.
He did his goodbye. I think it was today or yesterday. He did his final goodbye on fucking
Undisputed on FS1.
Undisputed. Yeah, it's not First Take, it's Undisputed. But he went on there and Skip Bayless is a lot like you, Gav, is just really fucking a cockhead host. And he just went on there and sucked his asshole for a good couple of minutes, and we all know
there's
part
three
of
of
the
those
reason
things that aren't correct, but yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely all correct. He just fucking sucked hole and fuck him. Go. I need another Kwame video now.
Go fuck yourself, Boyd. My flog of the week is Alex Stein, the so-called comedian who thinks he's fucking funny, who wants to front a WNBA team to abuse the fuck out of Brittany Griner because she got released from a Russian prison in a prisoner swap. Like, it was her decision. Alex, you think you're funny? You're a fuckhead. Pull your fucking head in. You are an absolute cock. These girls travel the fucking country putting on a show. Like, let's be honest, we've spoken about it on here before. The WNBA is a great product. It is really worth a watch. So any of you who are out there that have KO in particular, they play it, check out the WNBA on KO. It is a really, really good product. There is so much talent out there. And you want to rock up to an airport, front a fucking WNBA side, and try to make fucking clickbait shit out of yourself. You're a fuckhead. Go and hang out with your fucking mate Tucker Carlson. And hopefully, when there's some people jumping off a fucking cliff, you decide to follow them. Because you're both fucking idiots. That is pretty much all I've got to say about both of you.
No, that's a fair call.
Luke, I'm not sure whether you're calling Sophie Cunningham your flog of the week or your beer of the week, but I almost selected Sophie for I want to have a beer with, because her press conference today was fucking magnificent, where she came out and did the Fred VanVleet and just abused the fuck out of WNBA refs. That was pretty funny. And again, Luke, yep, I agree with you. Ethan Schmidt, he's another one. Go fuck yourselves. Fucking idiots. These shock jock fucking idiots who on YouTube think they are fucking funny by going out there and creating shit.
Like us.
I don't know why people go and watch it. Is it like us?
We're not
It's
saying
nothing like
anything
us.
that's incorrect,
we're
though.
fucking shit, man.
I know we are the shit. Or did you say we are shit?
Nothing.
Either way, he's wrong.
Did you use the? Because we are the shit. Boyd is
Sue Bird.
frozen.
No, I'm
with-
not. I was
oh,
still
no.
You just frozen in a moment.
I'm gonna
Hey guys,
go
this
and
is why
block that.
you
That
watch
was
our YouTube videos, right? This is why you got to watch a YouTube podcast because there's all this shit you don't get to see. You're just sitting there driving in your car, hearing this shit going. The fuck's going on there? You got to check it out on YouTube and give that like and subscribe, man. Seriously.
Boyd, that was magnificent, just quietly. And no, Luke, Sophie Cunningham is my flog of the week. I'm in love, and Flog in. Yeah, no,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not going to argue that.
Send us a video, or it didn't happen.
Oh, you can have a beer and a Flog in one go. How good's that?
I'll show you why.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
Sophie, thank you so much. Boyd, last comments. Where did we find you? All that fun shit.
At the Fucko Circus, doing fucko things. Nah, man, you can find me in Port Macquarie, Tamworth at the moment. Just swanning around the country town, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, on the Twitter at Buds83.
Hammo.
You can find me at Sir Hammo on Twitter. You can find me back in the Aussie Suns page and here on the Aussie Suns podcast. Very thankful to be back. Really appreciate it. So, yeah, guys, come on, get involved. We only do this for you guys, so get on there. It's a shitty time of night. It's a weird day, but get on there, give us a like, subscribe, share it up, tell your friends. I mean, we are the number one Aussie Suns Fans podcast in Australia. In the whole country. We're number one. Get amongst it before you find out too late.
Valid. Like, subscribe, do all that sort of fun stuff. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on YouTube, podcasting. What is it? Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Do all that sort of stuff.
Amazon Music.
Make sure you follow us. It's been, once again, an absolute pleasure to have you guys on, to have all of the fans on. We have a laugh. We have a bit of fun. We do this shit Aussie style because we can. That's the point of it.
Do.
And most importantly, remember, we're not here to fuck spiders.
Nope.
Chris Paul gets in, another wide open three.
Pierre Cardin.
Defers to Booker for the long range.
Phoenix. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the valley, it ain't nothing but a thing. Phoenix. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the valley, it ain't